Hey guys, GamingG43 here, and today welcome to the Grotti Turismo World Championship week number 5. And as we fly through into the 5th week already, this week is done on off the grid. Unfortunately I couldn't show you a track link because the social club wasn't working, but as we go into this race in the rain, second rain race of the season, quite interesting, second and last rain race of the season. And as you can see there, going into the start of the race, gone right in the first hairpin. Not too many incidents, I don't think. I think apart from copyright, slightly touching Enforcer, there's a few bad moments, but not too many for a rain race. And going into the first few corners of the track, trying to keep it easy, but a few corners later I realised that I actually do have the Turismo glitch. So the first 5 laps weren't very comfortable. Eventually I managed to get rid of it. Here I see that I have the Turismo glitch, but eventually I managed to get rid of it, but it cost me a few positions, and so one of the reasons why I do not too well this week. But anyway, as you can see that I was starting in 4th or 3rd, no, sorry, 3rd I think it was, and right behind Frostmore, who also had the Turismo glitch I believe, for the first few laps. And on the first lap, just keep it consistent, you know, keeping my 4th place, as you do. But I think Frostmore, yes, that's right, Frostmore does understeer a lot into the logs and grab the 3rd position, so that means Expert starting the pole is holding off Mo for the moment, and I think Mo eventually goes into first in the first few laps. So at this point, looking good, you know, third position, that's very good. If I can hold it with the Turismo glitch, I can do quite well. Run wide again there, just not doing too well, and Shadows does get the run on me, but eventually I managed to hold my 3rd position into the hairpin for the 2nd lap. So I believe at this point Mo's already gone into first, so I'm going to try and hold up to Shadows as much as I can, but it doesn't actually last for long. And then you see on the pit lane on the right there, fairly standard pit lane, nothing too special, 25 laps, got a lot of laps, again 15-minute endurance, and that's where the Turismo glitch really screws me over. Hit the, I don't know, some sort of bump, and Turismo doesn't like that clearly, and eventually I think it was always going to happen at one point. That it's kind of like every race's turn. Eventually one week you're going to get the Turismo glitch. I was just glad that it wasn't, you know, one of the crucial weeks. Well, it was, I guess. I mean, this week is definitely crucial, like all the other weeks, but it was not. I can still pull it back after this race, even if I don't do that well. So anyway, and the rain did not help. See, like as you can see there, the Turismo glitch really is not helping me. So Fancy Cub is catching me down quite quickly, along with people behind me. But in 4th position, still holding my Turismo glitch. I'll take that. You know, 4th position, very good for rain track with Turismo glitch, as I said. But I think there's one really big incident which really puts me down the positions, and really does let me down. So as you see their standings, Fancy Cub in 4, so Kenrai and a few other people down the list, and slightly one ride there, and that's where Fancy Cub tries to get the inside of me, and I block him. I allow him to go around, got the extra speed around the outside, so I managed to hold it, but he also has some good speed on the inside, so I'm going to just let him have it for now, because he does have the run on me. So I think eventually I go behind him and let off slightly, just because, you know, I really don't want to get involved with any incidents, especially with the Turismo glitch. Hit the apex there, not too good, but as you can see, Fancy Cub pulling away from me, Enforcer behind me with Kenrai, Organic One, and etc. Now in 5th position, going into lap 7 still, a few laps later. Just wanted to see how I was coping, and I believe at this point I've pretty much almost lost my Turismo glitch, just a few more laps left, and as you can see there, the gap is slowly closing down due to my Turismo glitch in the in the event. So a huge pack behind me forming now, and there's I'm the leader of that. So I have to try and hold off copyright enforcer Kenrai and a few other people. So there's a lot of people, a lot of pressure on me right now. So I don't. All I want to do is not make a mistake, and I go and make a mistake, taking out copyright in the process. That wasn't the best of moves. So at this point, I go way down into 10th, and Diafu slowly catching me over there. It's not the greatest of races, as I said, and it's mainly down to the Turismo glitch, but also a lack of inconsistency by me, which is kind of expected because I'm not the most consistent driver. So yeah, as you can see there, Diafu is behind me in 11th position. So right now all I wanted to do was hold my 10th position, try and get the point from this week. Slightly oversteering, but yeah, as I said, going back, wanted to get the point from this week, just keep things going along and hopefully do well in week 6 Pluto Grand Prix. And but again, like most things in this race, didn't work out for me. So down into 11th now, making another mistake because I'm so inconsistent. I'm gonna try and catch Jaifu now, and I knew the first pit window was soon opening, and I thought that was my good opportunity pit because I wanted to catch him up and at least grab the point from this. Otherwise, the race is pretty pointless. 50-minute endurance race was pretty pointless if I don't get a point. And going to lap 8, not too many highlights this week actually, because wasn't a very interesting race. But anyway, as we go into the first few corners, I finally lost my Turismo glitch in this race. I think Diafu slightly oversteers there, and I managed to gain a few seconds on him. But again, I keep running wide on that corner, and as I said, I believe Turismo glitch is gone now, and Stig does lag out, I believe, at this point, and down to 14 people. So again, pretty good turnout for week 5. But I'm just trying to keep up with Diafu here. I'm not sure how far Blaze. I think Blaze is about 11 seconds behind me. And as you can see, I'm straight there. And going into the final few corners, there's actually quite a big pack in front of me. I still have it in the bag. I mean, I can still pull it back very well if I don't make any more mistakes. But as you can see, I'm not very confident on this track. I'm not very quick on this track. And I just wasn't really up for it, I guess. And there is the pack there still on the main straight, so I can catch them, but it's just kind of a lack of motivation right now. I didn't actually notice in the race how close they were. I thought I was way behind, but actually no, not too bad, just a hairpin away. But anyway, going to the last hairpin of the lap. I believe we're going into the first pit window very shortly, and see the gap pretty much staying maintained between me and Diafu on similar pace. And I decided to go into my pit this time, stopping at a 1:47, and leaves on a That means I leave on a 2:17, going into the 9th lap of the race. So I think the rain really had effect on me as well. Diafu does pit at this point, so our gap kind of stays as it was. And at this point I was like, oh, I can still catch Diafu. He's only 8 seconds away. Ballistic Blaze 14 seconds, so I've clearly made a gap. But I run wide here, and Diafu starts to pull away again. So as you can see, not very confident on this track. Just not very what's the word? Not very quick, firstly, and obviously endurance races for me aren't the best, but I take part in them anyway just for the fun, and don't intend on winning usually, but I try my best. And going down into the bridge, not much to say at this point really, literally nothing's happening. I believe Frostmore actually does sit out for the rest of this race because he he has the Turismo glitch. But apparently I hit Diafu. I saw his video on week 5, and apparently on my screen I hit him, and there's a lot of lag because clearly I didn't hit him on my screen, but I saw him fly up, so I knew, oh god, I hit him, but I couldn't do anything in that instant because on my screen didn't touch him. But anyway, As you can see there, I managed to grab the position on Diafu eventually because he crashes. But then eventually I choke, and I choke again, and Blaze passes me this time. So now into 12, my consistency is really showing. It's really poor. You know, it's Ballistic Blaze and Diafu about 10 seconds ahead of me right now, and I'm making another mistake, which is huge. This mistake takes a while to come back from, and that was pretty much the end of my race. You know, there was no coming back from this. Literally no one in front of me now. A pretty boring end to the race, ending up in 12th, I believe. Someone else lags out, and I go into the pits. I just enter the pits as Diafu leaves, so that clearly shows I have about a 30-second gap on him. Going into lap 18 out of 25, literally nothing much happening, just going on to the end of the race. Sorry for the short highlights, guys, and the very late upload. I mean, we're already gone into week 6 now, but sorry about that. I've just been caught up in a lot of things recently. But hopefully I'll be able to get week 6 up very shortly for you guys. And yeah, I think at this point me and Blaze were kind of... Blaze almost choked and I almost ended up in 13th. I mean, sorry, 11th. But as you can see, the final standings, guys. Thank you for another week of the Grotti Turismo World Championship. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys next time for the 6th week of the GTWC.